Hey folks, Jay here. So a few months ago, I did a video on the Force engine, which is a reverse-engineered port of the old LucasArts first-person shooter Star Wars Dark Forces to modern systems. And it has all kinds of quality of life improvements and visual enhancements and all that kind of stuff. And that is a pretty awesome project. And I like that a lot. This here is OpenJKDF2, which is a similar thing, an open source reverse engineering of the successor to that game, of Jedi Knight. And Jedi Knight is a game that is kind of near and dear to my heart, so I'm pretty excited about this. So, Jedi Knight is a game that you can actually run on, like if you use the original version, you can actually run this on modern computers with all kinds of stuff like widescreen and FOV enhancements and all that kind of stuff. But that is a pretty finicky process. And you have to do a lot of things to it, and a lot of things can go wrong to it. You have to IPS patch the executable, you have to install a few mods, you have to use a sort of DirectX wrapper, like DG Voodoo, for example, to do some things to it so everything scales properly, and it's not perfect even then, so it is a bit finicky. So a project like this is kind of nice because it just easily brings everything together, lets you run this properly, and it's cool. It's awesome that this exists. So we're going to take a look at this today. This is very much in development. This is not feature complete yet, but it is already pretty awesome. So let's check it out. Let's just start. Oopsie daisy, where's the game? There we go. Let's just start a new game here, just to check it out a bit and to, take a look at it. So this is the FMV intro of Dark Forces 2. And it's kind of nice. We're going to skip that right now. You know, it scales up nicely. You have a lot of artifacts and stuff like that, obviously, because it's an old video that was on a CD. So you could only do so much with this. But yeah, look at those pixels. Let's just get into it, and here we go. Here we are in the game, right? And as you can see, it is in widescreen, the FOV is nice, and it looks great. So what this does is, if we go into the setup, like all of this already works well. This is one of the things that is kind of always pretty finicky, like the menus that are in different resolutions and everything from the rest of the game. And modern monitors, LCD monitors, don't really like that, so you get like, if you don't get everything scaled, things are weird. So this is not a problem in this one, obviously, and you can solve that in Jedi Knight, but it is a bit of a process. So if we go to display here, this looks a bit different than it was before. So we get an FOV slider here, and FOV is vertical, so we have horizontal plus, so we don't get anything cut off from the top and the bottom, which is nice. We have like VSync, FPS limits, all that kind of things, all that kind of stuff that is good to have in a game. And we have a bunch of options here, like enable bloom, which I like to not enable. We can take a look at that. Texture filtering, we can turn on and off texture filtering, which is nice. We have ambient occlusion, which is sort of a modern effect that looks relatively nice. And so if we turn everything on, yeah, this is what the game looks like now. We have some bloom around sort of light surfaces. We have the ambient occlusion, which you can tell sort of if you look at corners of rooms where things are occluded, right? Like it does something, it makes it everything look a bit more sort of the way you think geometry and lighting would work in real life. It approximates that a bit closer, but yeah, we got the bloom around sort of these light surfaces here, which makes everything a bit more brighter, a bit more popping, around sort of the explosions here. The way I like to play this, if we go back to it, display, is to turn off texture filtering, because this gives like this nice crunchy thing for a lot of folks that might be preferable, and to disable this, And let's get back into the game now. And this is how I kind of prefer this game to look. Right, without texture filtering, so we get the nice crunchy textures. And yeah, everything is nice and crunchy. I don't know, I like this. I like to turn off bloom. I think bloom is not... it's cool that this is in here, but it's not really what I want for this game. And yeah, this looks very nice now, right? This runs well, this runs at a super high frame rate. Again, not super high, this is at 60 frames per second right now because I have VSync on. And I'm recording this at 60 frames per second, so that's kind of what we want here. And yeah, but this feels extremely smooth and extremely nice. And everything is scaled properly, right? Like the HUD is not tiny, as you can see down here, you can actually see stuff on there. Getting the HUD to scale properly in the original game on high resolutions is a thing. It's a thing to do. You have to do a bunch of stuff with it. You have to do some wrappers for it and make it render at a low resolution and then scale the 3D part up. Which is a thing that I've done. It is doable, but you know, it's kind of nice that this just does it. And as you can see, if you look at the gun, for example, here, see that weird clipping? Like there's some part of the geometry that clips in and out, which is a bit strange. There's some issues here. I don't think this is in the original game. I don't remember seeing that. So again, this is very much still in development. We're using version 0.5.9 at this point, which has released yesterday at the time of recording. And this is very much in frequent development. So this gets multiple releases a week. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in this. Another thing that this doesn't have yet, this does not support the add-on Mysteries of the Sith, which is something that I hope will come at some point, because Mysteries of the Sith is great, and yeah, you kind of want that. But again, this is already in a very playable state, as you can see. This runs great. This supports the OGG music from the GOG version, which I don't have here right now. I've installed this from my original CD that I actually own. I have this in the big box, this game, in the large old school PC big box. And this is what I'm running. Oopsie daisy, let's not kill that guy. This is what I'm running right now. And I just kind of love this game. So one of the things I really like about Jedi Knight is sort of the scale of sort of these lo-fi industrial environments. There's something, like, look at this. Like, look at the scale of this. There's something, I don't know, even kind of awe-inspiring about this. Like, sort of the level geometry of this. I don't know, there's something this is something that has always fascinated me for some reason. Like, look at these large scale areas. There's something about the combination of sort of the lo-fi, low poly geometry with those huge areas and sort of these angular walls and everything. There's something almost kind of brutalist industrial about this. And yeah, like that combined with all the sort of aesthetic trappings of Star Wars, like the sounds and the textures and everything. It's just awesome. So yeah, there's no music right now. You can just use the OGG Vorbis music that you get from the GOG version of the game, which is nice. Then you have the proper music. I don't have this set up right now, but if I play some more of this, I will probably do that. Let's blow this stuff up, and yeah, we're just gonna check this out a bit. And maybe play through the first level, I don't know. And yeah, then we're gonna call it a day. This is just like a little thing to show this off. This is shaping up to be a great way to play Jedi Knight. And I couldn't be more excited. And yeah. Alright. We don't need to do that yet. We need to go down here first. Oops, sorry, mate. Okay. Oop. Let's just kill a bunch of dudes. So this is kind of the slow start of the game. And, you know, or not a slow start. I really like this, actually, these initial levels of this game. Let's get this down. Where we don't have sort of our Jedi powers yet. We don't have the lightsaber. And it's more of a, you know, this is really like a successor to Dark Forces at this point. And it will really go some places later on. So one of the things this game later does is it puts you in some more natural environments, which isn't always great. Like, sort of all of this, which I think is aesthetically amazing. Maybe that's just me, but I love this. All of this doesn't really work if it tries to put you in, again, a more natural environment. So, yeah, I don't know. But, you know, I still like it. I still even like sort of the other things. But, like, whenever it puts you into sort of these kinds of situations, it is kind of sublime. I don't know. I love it. I just like Jedi Knight a lot. And, this makes me want to play it again. I should maybe play this again. I've been also... just as a comparison, I've been running Jedi Knight for a bit on old hardware. And, you know, there's something about sort of 4x3, the really actual old school Jedi Knight that is also great. But if you want to run this on a modern computer, this is kind of shaping up to be the sort of definitive way to do this, which is good. I love it. Okay. Yeah, let's just play a little bit more of it. You know, it's just been 12 minutes. Let's just play some more Jedi Knight. I could just play through the game right now. I like to just have this hassle-free is awesome, right? So you need a bunch of resource fire from the original games to play this. So you have to... Well, we don't need that. You know, you have to have this either from the CD or from the CDs rather. It's a 2 CD game. Or, you know, just from the GOG version. You have to copy a few files into the folder. It's a pretty easy process. It's just one and done. And then, I think it actually also has an automated... I haven't tried this because I have the files on hand, but it actually has sort of an automated thing where it can just install it from the GOG or the Steam version automatically. Like, if you start the game and don't have the files ready, that's what it will do. But again, I haven't tried that, but it seems rather convenient. Okay. Alright. Let's go here. This is, again, one of those first levels that I kind of know like my own pocket lint. Is that how you say it? No. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Blow some stuff up. Hell yeah. Okay. Alright. Let's do that. Yep. Let's jump on here. Yeah, I don't know. Jedi Knight is a great game. It's one of sort of my favorite shooters of that era. It really is. Like Quake 2 is also nice, and I like Unreal, and I like Half-Life, but this is kind of, I don't know, there's something about this game that is just great. Alright, let's go through here. Murder some more dudes, as we do. Like, it's kind of an idiosyncratic game compared to them. Like, the way this game feels is kind of interesting. Like, it has, like, movement has a bit of a heavy feel to it, which, oh yeah, now we get a bit of a set piece, I think. Or not? Huh. Maybe that is not properly implemented yet? Or maybe that has already... Usually when you come out here, you see like a big TIE fighter thing, TIE bomber or something like that, just start and go off there. It's kind of like a nice little set piece moment. This might not be implemented yet in this. I don't know. Maybe that has happened. Maybe I have activated that scene before and have not seen it or something like that. Interesting. Okay. Again, this is under active development. And it's very active development again. Like this gets new releases almost every day, so. And this is already in a very good sort of, yeah. The status of this is already pretty good. Like this is completely playable. It feels amazing. And, you know, it lets you forego all the jank from getting this game to run properly on modern systems. Okay, we're just gonna, again, I'm just gonna play through this first level and then we're gonna call it a day because I just wanted to show this off. And yeah, this makes me wanna, maybe at some point I should do a playthrough of Dark Forces and Jedi Knight, of both games, on my Twitch and subsequently on YouTube. Oops, let's go here to find another secret. This is a game where you kind of want to look for the secrets, because finding secrets also gives you force power points. Points you can invest into upgrading your force powers. So, yeah. This is definitely a game where you want to look for secrets. Oop. Okay, this is that. Right, I think we can just jump down at this point. Kill a bunch of more guys. There's a lot of guys here. Here we go. There's another secret up there. Here we go. Some more guys here that we can kill. These would have ambushed us otherwise later on. Get a Bacta tank, which is an inventory item that you can use to heal. It's kind of like the purple flasks in Heretic. Okay. Oh, more folks. More folks. Let's kill these guys. Kill these guys. Kill more guys. Here we go. Yeah, this is just a good game. I don't know. I've always preferred this to Quake 2. Like, Quake 2 is also cool. But Jedi Knight is kind of my shoot, you know, sort of from sort of the post Doom clone shooters. This is kind of the one for me. You know? Sort of post build engine stuff. Okay, let me see. When they, you know, post Quake shooters, basically. When everything went full 3D, and yeah. Mission objective completed. So we can now watch a nice little FMV sequence, which is wonderfully cheesy. I really like those, by the way. I like the actors. I like everything. It's good. Okay. Well, that guy is just leaving. That robot villain who has the disc. We shot the disc off the arm. Now we just need to find it. You know, there's a whole story. We're not gonna get into the story right now, but and here she is, Jen Orth, our trusted companion. It was kind of fun to see these characters being played by actors after Dark Forces 1, where they are just like still pictures, like pixel painted still pictures. Oh, that was a lot of P-plosives. I'm sorry about that. Luckily I have a pop filter. I hope that has worked. Okay, see, and we got a star from finding all the secrets. I think you actually need to find all 6 secrets to get the star. You get stars otherwise. Oh, I'm on the dark side. What have I done? Have I killed someone that I shouldn't have killed? I don't know. In any case, here we go. Second level of the game. We're gonna call it a day here. This has been 20 minutes of Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight goodness. This is I don't know. This is a game I like a lot. And yeah, this is a cool way to play this. This is shaping up to be a cool way to play this. I'm going to keep an eye on this for the foreseeable future, and I hope they will get Mysteries of the Sith in at some point. And if they do, that's fantastic. Yeah, cool thing. Thank you for watching. This is Jay signing off. See you next video. Bye bye.